Of all the forces that quietly shape our world, few are as familiar as rust. That reddish-brown flake creeping across spikes, bridges, and beams isn't just a stain. It's chemistry in action, transforming strong iron into something weak and brittle. And it all begins when iron, oxygen, and water team up to form a tiny hidden battery on the metal's surface. Imagine a single raindrop resting on a bare iron. It's not just water, it carries dissolved oxygen and often a touch of salt or acid. Inside that droplet, an electrochemical drama unfolds. Step 1. The anode. On the iron surface, some spots are slightly weaker, tiny imperfections that become vulnerable. At one of these points, an iron atom gives up 2 electrons and slips into the water as an ion. That spot is now the anode, the place where iron begins to dissolve. Step 2. The electrons move. Those freed electrons travel through the solid metal, searching for another side to react. Step 3. The cathode. At another point beneath the droplet, the electrons meet dissolved oxygen and water. Together, they form hydroxide ions. In short, iron gives up electrons, oxygen accepts them, and water makes the exchange possible. Step 4. The ions meet. The iron ions from the anode and hydroxide ions from the cathode combine to form iron 2 hydroxide, a greenish compound. But oxygen keeps working, turning it into iron 3 hydroxide, a soft gel-like material full of water. Over time, that gel dries and crystallizes into hydrated iron 3 oxide, the solid, flaky rust we all recognize. Rust isn't dissolved, it is a solid deposit, but it's porous, trapping moisture and oxygen, allowing corrosion to continue beneath it. That's why once rust begins, it rarely stops. Unlike aluminum or stainless steel, whose oxides form protective coatings, rust does the opposite. It opens the surface, letting the reaction burrow deeper. And conditions like salt water, acid rain, or humidity make it worse. Salt ions help electrons and ions flow faster. Acids add more ions to the mix. Warm, damp air keeps the metal constantly wet, speeding the process along. Fortunately, we've learned ways to fight back. Paint blocks oxygen and moisture. Galvanization coats iron with zinc, which corrodes first, protecting the metal underneath. And cathodic protection, used on pipelines and ships, applies an external current to make the entire surface act as a cathode, halting rust before it starts. In the end, a rust is more than decay. It's a slow, elegant act of chemistry. Iron atoms turning to ions, electrons racing through the metal, oxygen and water fueling the reaction, and porous oxides perpetuating the cycle. A single raindrop becomes a miniature battery, quietly rewriting the fate of bridges, ships, and steel all around us. So, the next time you see rust, remember you are witnessing iron's long journey home to the earth from which it came. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.